YouTube, it's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we have some very interesting news as it comes to undefeated two-time heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, who is now 31 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 6'9" with an 85-inch arm reach. Last time we saw Tyson Fury in the ring was when he took on Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC American heavyweight world champion, superstar boxer Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in their highly anticipated trilogy that turned out to be an instant classic. With that said, everybody's anticipating what's the next move for Tyson Fury. There's people even anticipating what's the next move for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. It saw Tyson Fury drop Deontay Wilder twice in the fight. Then Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury twice. Then ultimately Deontay Wilder was brutally knocked out in the 11th round of the fight. But with that said, everybody's wondering what's the next move. Now we know the World Boxing Council and President Mauricio Sulaiman, the WBC, better known as, they ordered that Tyson Fury face off against fellow countryman, British superstar, title contender, Dillian the Body Snatcher White, okay? This is the fight that they ordered. Dillian White was the mandatory challenger for Tyson Fury. When Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder the second time, he was Deontay Wilder's mandatory before he even fought Tyson Fury in the second time, okay? So what happens is Dillian White, he was brutally knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, and he lost his position, okay, to be the mandatory challenger. Dillian White, 28 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out twice. He is 34 years of age, 6'4" with a 78-inch arm reach, okay? Last time we saw him in the ring was March 27th of this year when he defeated Alexander Povetkin via knockout in an immediate rematch to his August 20th showdown with Alexander Povetkin when he was brutally knocked out, okay? So in 2020, Dillian White was the mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury's WBC title, okay? But he lost it. And the WBC, they decided after he beat Alexander Povetkin to reinstate him in that position, okay? So with that said, Dillian White is Tyson Fury's mandatory. But there's an 80-20 split on the table, and Dillian White is seeking out a 55-45 split in Tyson Fury's favor, okay? So Tyson Fury, he wants to get back in the ring in March. They were planning an all UK showdown, a Tyson Fury, homecoming fight against Dillian White in the UK. Tyson Fury hasn't fought in the UK in years, okay? In quite a bit of years. Before he even beat former reigning Hall of Fame heavyweight unified world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vladimir Klitschko, okay? So Tyson Fury, that's the last time before he fought Vladimir Klitschko was the last time Tyson Fury fought in the UK. So it's been quite some time. So they want a homecoming fight. Now we know there's a situation where Tyson Fury, he denounced his license in the UK. There was a situation with UKAD, so on and so forth. But with that said, it's been a long time since Tyson Fury fought in the UK, okay? He fought Vladimir Klitschko in 2015, okay? That was 8 years ago, okay? We're going 7, 8 years ago since he last fought in the UK prior to that. So with that said, they're planning a fight with him and Dillian White. And now that is not going to come to fruition. Tyson Fury wants to get back in the ring in March. He will be getting back in the ring in March, but it will not be against Dillian White, as Dillian White is now taking the WBC to court. He's actually allegedly suing the WBC because he was promised at least a 60-40 split, but he's seeking out a 55-45 split as a mandatory, okay? They were going to go to a purse bid, so he's seeking out a 45-55 split or at least a 60-40 split. But Tyson Fury and his team, they were under the impression that Tyson Fury was going to get an 80-20 split due to Dillian White's past purses, okay? So the purses that he received in the past, they're basing it off of that. And they're saying that Dillian White deserves a 80-20 split, not a 60-40 or a 55-45 split in favor of Tyson Fury. Either way, it favors Tyson Fury. So this is what Dillian White was promised by the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Sulaiman, apparently, because Dillian White is standing on his square and he's now taking them to arbitration and mediation. We know that Deontay Wilder, he took Tyson Fury to arbitration mediation, seeing as though Tyson Fury was contractually obligated to fulfill a trilogy match with Deontay Wilder, but he decided to move away from that trilogy match. Okay, he tried to attempt to go into an undisputed or United Kingdom undisputed showdown with fellow countryman, two-time unified heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua, and attempted to maneuver around Deontay Wilder, but they were having none of that. So with that said, he had to fulfill his obligation, but Deontay Wilder took Tyson Fury to mediation arbitration. Now Dillian Whyte is taking the WBC to mediation and arbitration. Now we know the WBC, they are not moving correctly, okay, point blank and period. So it's apparent that they offered Dillian Whyte and promised Dillian Whyte to get a 60-40 split. We saw that the WBO, World Boxing Organization, they ordered a fight with their fighter, 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the WBO reigning welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terrence Bud Crawford. They ordered him to fight two-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Showtime Shawn Porter, who's never held the WBO title, okay? Shawn Porter held the IBF and the WBC, but the WBO did the right thing. Terrence Crawford is a 3-division champion. He's a former undisputed champion. He's considered the best fighter in the world. And yet when the WBO ordered Terrence Crawford to face Shawn Porter, they did the right thing. And they gave a 60-40 split in favor of Terrence Crawford, okay? That's what Dillian Whyte is looking for from the WBC. Clearly, this is what he was promised. But we know the WBC, they move how they so choose, okay? We know they introduced the franchise title to the sport of boxing, and they changed the rules every outing, okay? Every time a fighter fights, they introduced this to allow 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who's currently the undisputed super middleweight champion, and that's Saul Canelo Alvarez, when he had a mandatory challenger in 2-division world champion undefeated superstar boxer Jamal Lyons Only Charlo. So when he had that fight set up, Jamal Charlo was in position to fight Canelo Alvarez. They introduced the franchise, so they didn't ruffle any feathers with Canelo Alvarez. And they stated that, you know, it was essentially a trophy and an acknowledgement for the accomplishments of said boxer. Okay, but then they gave it to two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer, Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko. Before Vasyl Lomachenko ever fought for the WBC title, he never defended the WBC title. He never possessed the WBC title. And they awarded him the franchise title after he fought for the vacant WBC title that was vacated by 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia, who moved up and dared to be great to challenge undefeated unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who's the WBC IBF world champion at the welterweight division and seen as the top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Errol True Spence Jr. But yet Mikey Garcia, he wasn't awarded a franchise title. Errol Spence is not awarded a franchise title. They gave it to Vasyl Lomachenko to fight Olympic gold medalist, at the time, British superstar title contender, Luke Campbell. Okay, Luke Campbell never won a title. He never was a world champion. He never defended the title. So they awarded Lomachenko a franchise title for beating Luke Campbell. Now, Lomachenko, they awarded him with only 14 fights and 1 loss, okay? He had already lost to a journeyman in Orlando Salido, who in his first 15 fights was knocked out and had 2 draws. That's who Lomachenko lost to, okay? They awarded him a franchise title for what? What accomplishments did he accomplish? Yes, he accomplished a lot in the amateurs. Yes, he's a 3-division champion and he was unified. Yes, okay, but they awarded him this franchise title before he did much of anything with the title, okay, and representing the title. So the other sanction bodies, the IBF, WBO, and WBA, they don't recognize the franchise title, okay? And so they downgrade and downplayed undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney's accomplishments to uplift somebody else. So they awarded Lomachenko the franchise title. Then Lomachenko defended it against Teofimo Lopez, who was very green, only had 1 title fight. What did Teofimo Lopez accomplished in the sport of boxing if it was indeed an acknowledgement of your accomplishment. Teofimo Lopez, he fought Richard Commey. That was his first title opportunity. Then his first title defense was against Lomachenko in a unification bout. He hadn't achieved much. He's not a multi-division world champion. He didn't even have more than 15 fights. So why did you award him at 23 years of age a franchise title should he beat Lomachenko, in which he did via unanimous decision? So we see that the WBC is moving incorrectly. They're moving irresponsible. They're not, acknowledging who they're supposed to be acknowledging within the sport of boxing. And so now Dillian Whyte has had enough. That he was promised 60-40 or 55-45. That's unbeknown to Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury is standing on the square and saying, I was supposed to get 80-20. So now Tyson Fury is going to temporarily vacate the WBC title, and he's going to move on and just fight for the Ring magazine and fight whomever in March because he wants to stay active. And it looked like it could possibly be against Joseph Parker, okay? It looks like Joseph Parker versus Tyson Fury is going to take place in March. They also looking at former unified heavyweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Andy Ruiz Jr., but it looks like Andy Ruiz Jr. may have other plans. So Andy Ruiz is still on the table, but Joseph Parker's on the table as well, but Tyson Fury is going to vacate the belt, and now Dillian Whyte is taking them to arbitration mediation, which they won't even have somewhat of a hearing until March. So Tyson Fury is not going to wait that long. Tyson Fury is, throwing his hands up in the air. It has nothing to do with him, as he stated. This all has to do with the WBC and Dillian Whyte, and so he's throwing his hands in the air, and Dillian Whyte is standing on the square. Good for Dillian Whyte. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Alicia Baumgartner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.